Good morning to daily ukulele workout number 50. Bit of a milestone, so I thought I'd do something which is an old idea of mine, but one I think which has a lot of validity in practicing any chord, but especially the chord of D, which has so many different ways of playing it, or at least of fingering it, even though the notes 2, 2, 2, 0 are going to be the same each time. Let me take you through the 12 I've chosen to show you today. Right, so this is the shape we want. We want to be able to play second fret, second fret, second fret, open. So it's all going to be with that shape. And in bar 1, I've shown the fingering as 1, 2, 3. Bar 2, and that is a good straightforward one to do. Maybe the most easy to understand and display to a beginner. Now the second one is what rock and roll guitarists would tend to use, and in a show I saw called The $1 Million Photograph had 4 rock and roll players, and the one that the rock and roll guitarist Carl Perkins played was this one. So it's a bit like a bar chord, and you could easily go to that one. So it's always finger 1 at the moment. Now classical guitarists tend to use this one, which is 1 double stopping those and then a 2. Now the next one is my own particular favourite really. And I learnt this one and I thought about it being the one that Buddy Holly would use, because this one has got this nice thing, it can easily go to sliding around these chords, like in Peggy Sue. Minimum movements, really, that's what we're aiming for, with this finger staying on the C string to go either on the D or the C sharp when you're playing the A chord. Now the next series are variations of this one. I'm lucky that my fingers are still flexible. I can do it with my second finger. The thing to listen for is that you're still playing the open A, and even with a little finger. Maybe if you want to do a run like that, you could use that. Not very much use for the 4th finger one, but it's there if you wish to. Now think about this. Some people like this kind of shape where they're going what I would think of as being upside down, but it does work. And if you were going to a B flat major 7th after a D, then the one in bar 8 might be the one for you. Bar 9, well, this is a variation of the classical guitarist one, and we could do it with fingers 2 and 3. And now, if you remember a workout I did where I was just using all the fingers except the first one, then you could have this Buddy Holly one done. So the Buddy Holly one would be bar 12, or this one like the very first one, but with the wrong fingers. That could be useful for that. Okay, so those are the 12 I've chosen to show you. If you start including the thumb ones, which I've got an anathema against, but I had one student who really found that the easiest way of getting to a D. So don't ignore it. It might be for someone who has arthritis or pains of various kinds. It could be a good one for them to do. But it's not very flexible, and all the time I'm after flexibility. So how to practice these? Well, I've given you this D-O blues. O is the chord that we can give it an A minor 7 or C6, but basically it's just the open strings, and it's a good thing to be able to practice any tune with. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play this first 4 bars like that. And if you notice, I used a different, every time I go back to D I use a different shape, different fingering. So next time it could be this one. Using those 4. Then the next part of the blues section is going to a G. Notice that one I just went to my favourite one, the one which is fingering 2, 1, 3, then to the A7. And just to be difficult at the end, I do this version of D, the bar, but plus the little finger up there. So thank you for watching this and sharing maybe my love of the chord of D and the different ways that you can play around with it.